Hi guys, welcome back to West Coast Gamers. It's Teasdale here, and we have got another league for you with Pauper. And this time, unfortunately, there is no crabs. I know you are all sad because everybody loves a good mirror shell crab. But today we're trying out some new Kami cards, and we are here with Mono Black Devotion, Mono Black Control, whatever you want to call it. I know you guys like to get hung up on your names, but here we are. And let's get straight into the deck. So basically, the deck is pretty similar to the one that won the challenge back in before Kami. It was pretty stock it was running a lot of 4-ofs and it knew exactly what it wanted to do. This time I've made a couple of changes and we're just going to try and see how the new Kami cards play out. So you've got the 4 Grey Merchants, you've got 4 Garys, they're pretty stock. You've got 4 Rages, 4 Chittering Rats, 4 Witches. The Witches are pretty good at controlling the early game against certain aggro decks, etc. You've got your Cast Downs, you've got your Defiles, you've got Signing Bloods for card draw. The main changes are I've added 3 You're Already Dead and 3 Ambushers. I think Ambusher's pretty good at, obviously, every card apart from the Witches has an ETB, so bouncing them back isn't the most efficient like you have with Fae, where you bounce them back a 1-mana guy or whatever, but having a 3-2 lifelink is good in certain matchups, especially damage-based matchups, so I'm interested to see how this plays out. The other changes, I haven't got the 4 Thorns in, as I don't think Monarch's very good at the moment, is my honest opinion. I think, which to be fair shows how powerful Pauper has got in the past few months. I would argue that Monarch, in opinion, probably should have been banned or not put into Pauper a long time ago, but now it just looks like a joke because the format is just too fast and you're drawing through your deck entirely quickly. And Monarch is just most decks. If your opponent has a Monarch, the other person they're drawing more cards than you anyways. So I've cut them down. I still think they are strong for controlling the game and they are needed in this style of deck to make sure you've got your cards up, but I don't think they are as necessary. Other changes I've made, because we're playing 3 You're Already Dead, I'd cut Suffocating Fumes anyways to try You're Already Dead, but then I cut 2 more and added in 2 dry spells. This is a weird one. It's like a Shrivel. Obviously, it is symmetrical, which none of our guys actually die to the Shrivel effect, so it's not the end of the world. It is something we might have to watch out for with with the Witches. If we dry spell them Witches to kill a 2 toughness guy, they can also do the same with our Rages and our Ambushers. But it's mainly there because it is a Suffocating Fumes that we can then You're Already Dead the big guy. So we'll see how that plays out. There is 4 Defiles, 4 Cast Downs for removal and 3 Signing Bloods for the draw. I've tried to squeeze in some Dures's main board just for some sort of interaction with Storm. Obviously with 4, 7, 11 plus kill spells, you're not very good. You're not very good against Storm. The amount of times you're just going to have dead kill spells in hand, etc. Or even clunky 5-drops. So just for some interaction against it. The mana base is a bunch of Swamps, a 1-of Bajuka Bog, just for that added extra graveyard hit, and then the standard 4 Witch Cottages, obviously to just start recycling the creatures. And I think that's pretty much it. There are a couple of interesting changes I've added. Obviously the 2 dry spells, the 3 You're Already Dead and the Ambushers. If these, I'll see how obviously they play out and make changes accordingly. I'm a bit wary on You're Already Dead because it is good because it does cycle effectively, but it's just trying to get that damage off. We can get it off with our blockers, so we can kill 2 3s, 2 4s, etc. Bigger guys by blocking with our Chittering Rats and Rages. Obviously works really well with Witches. So we will see how it goes though. Moving on to the sideboard, we have, as I couldn't find room for any guest verdicts, Chainer's Edicts, etc. I've added 4 Chainer's Edicts in the side and a debt to Kami as well. This is just doubling up as enchantment removal, and it also exiles a creature as well when necessary. So be interesting to try that out as well. We have 2 Unexpected Fangs in the sideboard. I don't think these are its best in this build because there's no Gurmag anglers, but still adding it on to say witches and then using it to gain life is not the worst. So we'll try it out. It might be less necessary now that we've got the ambushers. One extra suffocating fumes. I'd put a suffocating fumes in instead of the dry spell, just because instant speed's pretty good for interacting with fear, and that's where you want to bring it in against. 2 more duresses, 2 now spell bombs for graveyard hate, and then 3 divest for artifact based matchups. So I do think the deck's pretty well positioned. I think it has a chance to do quite well. It just needs to avoid specific matchups. I'd probably say most likely Storm is probably its worst matchup. But I do think Mono Black Devotion / Mono Black Control, whatever you want to call it, is not a meme like it used to be. I do think it has got some much more interesting tools, and all its old tools are a lot more relevant now than ever. Obviously with Fear, etc. around. And creature-based value decks like Boros. So I do think it does have a place in the metagame. Obviously how well and how good that is another question. And we will hopefully find out in this league. And if you like the videos, like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And guys, we will see you for round 1. Hi guys, welcome back. We are here for round 1 and we're against Cali. So he's most likely on Storm. Always with the Storm, most likely. So easily mulligan this hand. This hand's clunky as anything. This hand is abysmal. We haven't got a play till turn 3. Most likely You're Already Dead's not going to trigger, and these two just suck. So I'm easily just going to... This is me assuming that he is on Storm, which he most likely is. But I think in the blind this is fine. Just pitching a Gary here. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. I'm not going to 5. It is awful, but I'm just not gonna keep this. Not gonna ship that back and go to 5. Turn 1 Great Furnace and we're not dead. What's going on? Yeah, so just gonna play our Rager here, most likely then die, but I'm just gonna yield through this turn. I'm not even gonna right into Reckless. Sure. We're even doing the work for him. I like they've added the bridge. The bridge seems like a nice addition. There's an artifact land to sack that's also both colours. I've noticed a lot of the times against Storm they can kind of screw themselves with obviously having the furnace and the vaults. But he's probably just going to play a big relay. Well, I say a big relay, probably about 7, 8, maybe 10. So we'll see how it goes. Deadly Dispute, the petal, get a petal. I like it. Six cards in hand. Storm count is 1, 2, 3, 4. So still got a lot of things that he could do. I'm assuming most likely his win con's the Flame Breather. Based on his discussions that he's been having in Discord, he seems to have cut down to 3 as well, so which I can imagine makes sense. I'd imagine he's put a weather in main or something. Storm count 5. Cabalrit. Star for red and then relay. Or are we going to squeeze in some more spells before we do? Nope. Go. Got another Reckless Impulse. Is it 2 Reckless Impulse? Interesting. That's a lot of Impulse. Go. Just going to hit him for 2. We could Sign in Blood here. But I guess the best bet is probably just Rager. Go. We do miss a land drop, which is unfortunate, but... So he plays the Mountain. And he's going to Dark Rit, Cabal Ritual. And then he can play 2 red spells, I guess. He's struggling with his... Oh. Struggling to get red, I think, currently. By the looks of this. There's another relay. I guess at least this star filters him. He can crack this for red and get the impulse. And then still has a red for the relay. Decides to go for the synthesizer. And he gets a Night's Whisper as well. Oh. Never mind. Storm counts 9. He's got 2 forms of red here and a Night's Whisper. So he can Night's Whisper, he can Impulse and Relay. And they're the cards I would know about. Storm count is 10. Does have to be careful. Obviously he's only got... There's a Flame Breather. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to filter the red to double red. So you can't Flame Breather and Relay. Just to get it down early. But we can... He's most likely gonna, yeah. Does he have a way again? Yeah, he does. So he gets the Flame Breather here, and then Relay, and hold up the treasure token. Storm count's 15. So this Sandstorm's exiled. Deluge Spirit Metamorphose, right. Star, right. Cane. Ritual, Petal, and 2 more Metamorphose. Okay. So, just going to start by attacking for 4 here. So I could be greedy in a sense and Sign in Blood myself first before I cast down, which I think I have to do because I have to try and hit my land drops to then hope that he doesn't kill me. Never mind. But we hit Defile anyways, so we'll do that now. We're nowhere close to killing him. He has 5 cards left in his deck, but he does have a Cane. So he can recycle his entire deck. I think we are most likely dead this turn. I'm just going to yield through this turn to save time. So, 2 cards, 0 cards left in his deck. Flame Breather. Petal. I was just going to go Petal, Cane. Star kind of thing, and then Cane. Straight away. Yeah. Puts back 31 cards in his deck. And we're on 7. And then once he canes, to be fair, he might not even need a cane. In all honesty. No, he does. Star. We are dead here, because he's got Metamorphose. He just needed the cane to be able to use the draw off the Metamorphose. But I guess in theory, maybe he didn't. He could have obviously not caned and just responded to the Metamorphose by... Responded to the Metamorphose after the trigger's resolved. It's an interesting one. Divest. It doesn't actually do that much. It hits artifacts and creatures, so basically it hits artifact lands, chromatic stars, lotus petals, cane. We don't want any of this removal. We probably don't want you are already dead. It's probably not something we're after. Don't want the dry spell. Don't want the suffocating fumes. Even then, we've still got Defile Cast Down, which are awkward. And we've only got 4 cards. Worst case, I guess Suffocating Fumes cycles. Cast Downs 2. I don't think these are particularly great, like, at all. I don't think they're that good, but I think they're most likely better than... Yeah, they're most likely better than these. You're already dead cycles, but we're not going to use it on their guys. They've only got 3 guys. So I think probably something like that. Again, I don't think this matchup's probably great for us. A 1-lander. A 1-land divest. This is a mulligan. 1 land now, spell bomb and... I think this is a keep. We can't go much lower, I don't think. I'm gonna divest and try and snag like an artifact land here. No, he's got Peat Bog. Peat Bog is black. There's a Deadly Dispute, so we can hit the Kessig here and then play Spell Bomb next turn, and then that means you can't cane back 1 Kessig, for example. So if you have a way to basically kill all 3 with the Spell Bomb, that's our like kind of our route to victory. Ideally, we could also hit the star here, and he has nothing to sack for this yet, which I also quite like. I think I'm actually going to take the star here. The Flame Breather's the scary card because obviously it's their win con. But if we do draw lands and draw out of this, then I think basically that's kind of our route to victory. Nice. This is kind of the time that we want it because they're pretty much going to be like stumbling here. Nice. Just going to hope they still got nothing. Good that we drew Runner of Lands there. Good for us. Discard the hand size. He discarded the Kessig. So we can just bog him here. So he's got 1 less Kessig. Then play Spell Bomb. And then just send again. The Spell Bomb and the Defile in hand means that effectively he's down to 1. Lotus Petal. Now he's got something to Deadly Dispute. Oh. Manamorphose. Okay. Synthesizer. I think he's probably, worst case scenario, he's gone for a weather here. But if he has drew a red. He could have also drew a galvanic relay. One, two, that's 3, so 4. I don't think the extra 1 really cuts him off, especially with this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could still weather and galvanic relay. I don't think the 1 mana is going to matter too much. Night's Whisper, Deadly Dispute. Night's Whisper, 10. Weather. So I can duress here, see what's in his hand. He can cast these anyways. But if I play duress, then I can't really play Rage because I want to hold the file up. I guess if I duress him now, see what he has in hand. So he has Deadly Dispute, Night's Whisper, Weather. So I don't really care about the weather because he's already on a ridiculous amount of life. I think I'm just going to take the relay here and then let him do all his draw shenanigans. I'm not going to play the Rager. I'm just going to draw a card from the Monarch. So he's obviously he's discarded 1, so he's got a cane here. I think this is fine to resolve. I think we're more gonna use it in response to him. Yeah, it's a Deadly Dispute this. Sure. And then he can Deadly Dispute this or this if he wants. The Spell Bomb, obviously if he has double cane, that's different. Double cane, then obviously you can respond with the second one, etc. I'm just going to play as many guys out here as possible. And then we've still got Spell Bomb, we've still got Defile, double Defile now, which is good. Worst case scenario, if he does go for some form of lethal, we do have Defile on the both Flame Breathers, and then he has no wink on, and then we just wait for him to cane. Gary's a good draw for us as well because it just obviously gives us on such a good life swing. We're on 36 and he's on 19. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, create as much mana as he possibly wants. Yeah. Yep. Like, you can weather here. I think that's fine by me. I think I just want to try and put as much pressure on as possible while also keeping answers for the flame breathers, and also having spell bomb up for the cane. Weather the storm. Back up. We're just going to keep sending them. Then rats him. I don't think it'll matter too much. I think we've seen everything that he's got in. Yep. Just going to try and put as much pressure on as possible while also trying to disrupt him. So, from that, what do I take away from that? Cast down might be quite important. Maybe not. I think the matchup's really bad for us, but we effectively have to hope that it just goes that way, that discard spells slow him down enough for us to basically mount enough threats that we kind of get there. I can easily see us actually wanting more spell bombs. So we'll... So, another one-lander. We're on the draw. We have Defile and Cast Down. Not spell bomb. I don't think this is good enough. We need another land to draw cast down. But we'd rather have some form of discard. I think we could easily mulligan this. This hand seems slower but better. Probably send back a Witch's Cottage, I think. Okay. This obviously means you can play around Divest. So here we have Synthesizer is draw engine, but Deadly Dispute's the one that most likely has to go here. Kind of go from there. If he wants to just play out a Flame Breathe, that's fine. Manamorphose was his draw for the turn. Oh, it could have been the draw for the start as well, I guess. Synthesizer, Night Whisper. To Night Whisper pass. Okay. So, I'm not going to hold up Cast Down for the Flame Breather. I'm just going to play the Witches. I'm just going to pass the turn. And just see what he does. Okay, he does nothing. So, again, I'm not going to hold up anything. Just going to ninjutsu my guy, play the cottage, and then pass. Hopefully we draw a land so we can play Witches and hold up Cast Down. But we'll see. Nice. Night's Whisper pass. Also, we get to gain and hopefully try and gain enough life here off this, so then it makes it just a lot harder for him to kill with one Flame Breather. He has to discard here. Discards a synthesizer. Divest is probably a good draw. So he's got, basically he's got no red. That's his problem here. Which is unfortunate. I'm just going to hit him down here. If he does draw something that can turn it into red. Is that black? It's black. Which is unfortunate for him. He's on 6. We're also on quite a hefty life total here. Just gonna play this. Maybe shouldn't have played that, but I can't see a position where we die here. Shouldn't yield through this. Got to start. All it took was just one card just to unleash the red, and here we are. Got a weather, but he's got no way of making green currently. Now he does. Oh yeah, he did. So you're gonna weather here. Does he have to choose here between weather and relay? Yeah, Knight's Whisper into weather. Nice. So he's on 27. One Flame Breather in the bin. Just gonna bog him here. There's 5 cards in hand, and 2 of them are relays, I think. I'm actually just gonna double cast down here. This might be wrong, but this guy's just gaining me so much life, which I'm hoping eventually he might have drew a cane, or might get a cane, which would make it awkward, I guess, but we're basically just trying to aggro him out here as fast as possible. So we're effectively hitting for 12 here with the Gary. So he's on a 2-turn clock or needs another weather. Just double relayed here. Defile. Defile's an interesting one. So Kane is in exile. He's exile 1. Well, this is the awkward thing. So there's only 2. There's only 2 Flame Breathers. So one of them is exiled from us divesting it. So you can cast 1. But we are on 34. So if we attack 3, 6, that puts him to 15. Then we attack for 6 again. That puts him at 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts him at 3. So I can either hold up the file for the Flame Breather. He most likely has 2. He has a weather in exile because he's only cast 1. So we're not putting him on a 2-turn clock anyways. So I think we just keep attacking. I'm going to hold up the file. I'm going to hold up the file for the 1 Flame Breather. He does get to cane it back. And he casts both his relays, so I don't think I know a single card in his hand. Right of Flame. That's fine. So from here we can kill the Flame Breather and save ourselves on some damage, and he will have to cane it back into his... Yeah, I can't do anything here about it. It's a probably play a Flame Breather here. Deadly Disputes the cane. So does he have 2 canes? I'm assuming so. Yeah. So you have 13 cards in the bin. One Flame Breather's completely exiled. One of them's in exile with Relay. The awkward thing for me is I can't tell what's what. Flame Breather, sure. I don't know where the exile from graveyard and exile from. So, from that. I think I just want to pass here. Chicken rats. Okay. So, I guess we kill this now. He can end a turn cane if he wants. Now just play this rats. Chain Rat's one of his cards. So I don't know what's exiled forever. I think everything's exiled forever, right? So we're around 40, so we're on a hefty life total. We are going to attack for puts him at 1, right? And then basically we're just going to try and carry him to death. Callie says GG. Whew! So there we have it. We managed to squeeze against Storm. So yeah, went surprisingly well. I didn't think it would actually squeeze. This ambush was actually quite good. I think gaining life probably made it a lot harder for him. Going down on 3 Flame Breathers on his behalf was a bit interesting. Like, not interesting, but like, it's probably helped us. But yeah, so we'll see you guys for round 2. Hi guys, welcome back. We are here for round 2. Sorry, I forgot to update the league tracker. We're against Cookie, who's known for his elves. So we'll assume that, but I don't think this hand's very good anyways, regardless. We're against just a 1-land duress hand. This is a 1-land defile hand, which is slightly better, assuming it's elves. We're on the draw. Double monarch. We need to, the problem is we need to run a runner land, so I'm just going to ship it back again. This hand's fine, I guess. 3, 4, 5. So we can ship 2 lands back, or we can ship a Gary and a cottage. Which I think is probably better. I think that's what we'll go with. We'll assume he's on elves, but he could be on anything. He's most known for playing elves. Yep. Let's try and snag something with a duress. Cool. We just have info now, even though obviously duress isn't great. It can hit the Winding Ways, the Leader, Stampedes, the occasional Mana Leak or Syncopate, whatever the rune, and obviously the Distant Melody. Essence Warden, sure. Birch Law, sure. Gets to do his thing. Obviously we have like mainboard Dry Spell and things like that, so do I care about the life gain? Probably not, because he's gaining life off this. He's played the Well-Wisher. So he's got an Elvish Mystic and a Alana. So we can kill a Birch Law, and then unless he draws a land this turn, he can't play the Alana. I don't really care about the life. I think I kill a Birch Law. Just kill it now. Call it a day. Suffocating Fumes, Dry Spell, all good cards here. Sure, you draw a land for the turn. So he has a Mystic in hand. Just get an aggro. Defile. Just going to defile this now. He has an Elvish Mystic in hand. Just keep him low on resources. He's got no actual threat currently. Never mind. And then plays a Elvish Mystic. This is a 2/2. So obviously, like, Suffocating Fumes and Dry Spell kill everything by this. So I can play the Monarch. Obviously, it's not good. He has a bunch of guys on board. He has no cards in hand. 1, 2, 3. So round 15. I'm just going to defile this now. Just keeps his pressure down again. Keeps our life total as high as possible. I will play the Monarch now. Jesus. And we'll see how this goes. Witches is probably a good draw. Can block pretty well. Obviously kills these guys very well. We need him to whiff on an elf here. Just so we can kill this. Like, he has, most likely he's got 4 Distant Melodies in his deck. He whiffed. Sending them. So we block here. We got 7. So then we can block, ping 1. We lose the Monarch. That's basically where we're at. But again, I think at that point we have control to take the Monarch back. Gains life, it's on 28. Draw a card. Nice. That's good for us. Obviously, any threat that he plays, he's going to just try and force to take the Monarch back here, I imagine. Elf, sure. So, we block this. We block this. So we're losing the Monarch already. We'll most likely take on 1. We can just... Let me do this so we don't take as much damage. I'm assuming his is going face. Yeah. So we lose the Monarch here. You're already dead. So we're just gonna cast down this. And then attack for 1. Nice. And then we kind of go from there. Hopefully we could get... There's the Dry Spell. Hopefully we could have got there to be able to, you know, pressure him from that point. So, Suffocating Fumes is obviously good. We could just bring in more removal. Like, Divest's not the worst. Obviously just hits creatures. It's just a discard spell that hits creatures. Chainers is probably pretty bad. We've only got 4 kind of wrath effects. So obviously Duress is bad. I don't particularly like the Monarch. And like something like Chittering Rats is probably a bit too slow. I could maybe see Cutting Gary actually. Unexpected Fangs is an interesting one, just to try and gain some life to get out of range of things. Probably not needed. I can say something like that. And I'll go from there. So again, this hand's like, it's got Suffocating Fumes and Cast Down, which is good, but 1 lander's not good enough. Seems to be a lot of 1 landers in this deck. Again, another 1 lander. I could see, obviously, maybe 1 or 2 more lands. So we have a Defile, we have a Witch's Cottage, and a Divest. We are on the draw. I think I'm actually going to keep this and I'm going to ship back to Gary. I think this is fine. It's a bit annoying the cottage. But... And we could have divested this turn and it might have been fine, but... Is he going to play a 1-mana elf? No. He's attacking. Really awkward for us. So... We can defile this or we can divest to see if he had a play. We can also just defile this and then hopefully cast down this in the future. Bit awkward, we're on one land. Defile, this is going to get out of defile range very, very quickly. But we do have cast down for it. So... What did he mulligan to? So he mulligans to 6 as well. So I think we do this. Defile off the Birchlaw Ranger. And then he can play an elf if he wants. So does he play a Quirion Ranger? This guy gets bigger. Sylvan Ranger gets a forest. So he has a... Oh, he has an island. Okay. So he has an island and an unknown in hand. And we hit our land, which is nice. I think we can take a turn off casting this down and we can hold up witches. This means we can witches the 1-drops, we can cast down the Vanguard, and he's most likely going to distant Melody here if he got an island. This is cool. I like the Sylvan Ranger. Titania, sure. Let's see, we're not blocking here. So now we drew the land. We can divest, see what it is. If it whiffs, it whiffs. That's fine. Okay, so it is a distant Melody. It's as we expected. So I'm gonna cast this down. And then I'm going to ping this. Obviously he gets to attack for 2. This just means that if he distant melodies, nice. So that means the Kami can come in here if we lose this game. So from that, what are we doing? So he has a distant melody in his hand. In Signing Blood. I think Signing Blood's probably our best bet actually. We can hold up cast down. We've played a land, so that's fine. And then we just don't attack, don't ping obviously. And then he can't attack because we can just kill the one that he does attack with, and then we can cast down the other. Timberwatch Elf. Okay. So I'm just going to end of turn, cast down this. Another Witches is good. So we lead on Rager here. Cast down's also a good draw. And we play another Witches. We need some form of life gain here. It's a distant melody. Draw 3. So we're just going to play Bog. Just it's a tap land, no reason not to. So I think we just go from Findalorn Helves and Huntsmaster. So you can play the Huntsmaster and we can cast down it. One, two, three, 4. See this way, if I come by switches, kill the Quirion Ranger, they can kill the Rager. How much do I care about that? I don't actually care at all, I don't think. I'm not bothered if he wants to kill the Rager. So he kills the Rager here. Regenerate each creature you control. That's fine, I think. Bit annoying that obviously that Witches dies, the Rager dies for no reason. But he also can't Huntsmaster this turn. We do need some form of life gain here, because we are quite low. And obviously we can die to our own witches. We do need to kill this Huntsmaster too. The armor would obviously be a lot better. Untap, sure. Play it again. 5. Oh, 4. For the Huntsmaster. Yep. Oof. It's not good. I think we need to cast down this. He gets a 1-1, obviously. And then you can play that. That's a 2-2. So in I can't cancel this, I don't think. Yeah, I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puts us to 1. For some reason I can't cancel this and I don't know why. Let's face it's fine. Kill this in response, goes to face, and then he attacks for 3 here. We take 2. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think I misplayed there, but I couldn't take it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously these witches are a bit annoying. Again, we just need some form of life gain to get us back into this. A rat would be fine. Jeez. Not this. And we can't really witches now, because if we block witch, we die, because he can just shoot us in the face. We're basically killing one guy here and taking 1. Currently. Dry spell also gets really awkward in this situation because we are so low. So we do get to kill a Quirion Ranger or an elf, but I think it's a Quirion Ranger that we need to kill here. We do need to draw pretty well. Even something will put us back in it. Just hope he misses on a big threat. Even splurging the ball, that's not good for us. But if we draw Gary here, we gain 10. Nope, we do a swamp. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 1, 2. Yep, we did. Cool. Easy as that. So I think the debt Kami needs to come in. Obviously, I guess there was only 2. Maybe Fangs is something we need. Don't like the Thorn. We don't want that many divests. I guess it's actually better on the player, so probably just try that. So I think probably want... I'm actually going to try and board in 1 Fangs instead of a Chitin Rat, just because I think it's a bit awkward, a bit slow, but we are on the player. This hand's pretty good. I don't mind this hand. Finally got more than 1 land. He's going to lead on Witches. Obviously whatever he leads on's fine, can't do anything about it. Dry Spell's a good draw. Especially if he responds to like splurging the board this turn. We can Dry Spell You're Already Dead. Timberwatch, sure. Weirdly enough, I think I might Dry Spell here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm using too good a removal. I guess with it being an instant, I can just cast down this and then pass. Probably don't want to pass turn actually, just shoot this. I've got You're Already Dead up and Dry Spell up. See if he just wants to start playing 1 mana elves. This is really good. So we're just going to Dry Spell here, wipe his board. Maybe shouldn't have attacked for 1. Because we can hold up You're Already Dead. But, nice. Whew! There we have it, guys. Managed to beat Elves, which is, I think, a good matchup for us. So, but yeah, there we have it. We're currently 2-0 in the league, and I'll see you guys for round 3. Hi guys, welcome back to round 3. We are on the play here. And this hand is really awkward. We have a Duress to lead off just to find out what he's on. A Cast Down to kind of buy his time. And then this You're Already dead for quite a while. But I think it's fine enough to keep. I can see going up a land here, moving forward. So he's on Jeskai Ephemerate. So we just take the Cleanse and Wildfire here. It's pretty easy pick. This is quite a really bad hand for the for this matchup. It's too slow. It's too clunky. It just gives them so much time as well. I don't want to lead on the Bog because I think the Bog's actually quite useful. So one of his draws was the Rustvale. We need a threat here. Oh dear. Unfortunately, I think I have to play the Bog here because if I miss on a land drop, then I can't play the Ambusher. So I'm just going to Bog them. It's really unfortunate because we would like to obviously use the Bog to hit something relevant. But I'd rather obviously hit Ambusher than try and greed our land here. Seagate's fine. We do have Dry Spell You're Already Dead for some form of interaction. We can just cast down this, which I'm probably going to do. The File's a nice draw. And then I'm just going to play this guy. If this was obviously a... If this was a Monarch, obviously that'd be infinitely better. And I think this is probably maybe where we could have some more Thorns in the sideboard for this kind of matchup, because this is one of the very few matchups where I'd say Monarch is pretty crucial. soul. Sure. It's a little late to dinner as well. So I'm not... Do I want to draw that again? Probably not. But I guess... Yeah, I'm going to attack here. If he double blocks, I will defile one. I think it's fine. And I'm just going to play the Witch's Cottage here. If he taps out a late to dinner this, which he most likely will. Oh, still got a... And so he's going to late to dinner here the soul. Yep. Has he got an ephemerate here? It's really awkward about the defile. Need to draw a kill spell here. Nope. So if I do this, this does one to this. Obviously deals one to this, but these basically can trade, which I'm happy to do. If his plans to block ephemerate, no blocks. Does he have an ephemerate? So he has an Archaeomancer and an island in his hand. I think he does, but if this resolves, then obviously it's really bad for us. If this doesn't... Sure. Obviously this fizzles and we don't get to draw a card. This is really awkward. This is what I was saying about the bog. You just... So he's found his one-off soul and one of his 3 ephemerates as his draws, and he's now got an Archaeomancer to start looping back. So the bog is like key here, and then you can Archaeomancer the ephemerate back, and it's just wraps here. So like if I draw really badly here, I'm just gonna concede, just save time, because we've lost this game. Yeah. Maybe I think it was incorrect. I think to actually attack and use the defile. I didn't think, in all seriousness, I genuinely didn't think the guy would draw that well. He drew incredibly well for, what, 4 cards? 5 cards? And we drew very, very poorly. So I don't think ambushes are really what we want. I can see bringing in the 2 Morduresses. Witches is awkward but good when you're already dead. Dry spells, pretty poor. Fumes is pretty poor, but I can easily just board one in and then the worst case scenario, the cycle. These 5 cards are all okay. This is okay. Chainers can also be okay, because you can just chainers them and they can't actually... what's the word? They can't respond with an ephemerate. So it can actually be not too bad. I don't think full 4 would probably be where we would be at if we were to board them in. Thorn's obviously good, Gary's good. You're already dead and combine, which is the cards that I'm looking at. Could see something like that. It's 10. Keeping 2 witches. I don't think divest's insane, but you can actually just divest quite easily and just snag a land. This one off bog really doing maiden, but I think it's a keep. I would really like to obviously hold on the bog, because the bog is quite good at just hitting ephemerates and hitting, you know, because they do have a lot of relevant like graveyard interaction. But we do obviously we do have like obviously, you know, spell bombs now in the deck, so. Uh, 5 to 7. Yeah. So we're just gonna Sign Blood now. Does he have a Spell Pierce? No, he's Burns. Just gonna say, I'd be surprised if he's running Spell Pierce. Duress. So we're just gonna lead on Duress here, just see what he's got going on. Probably an Ice or something. 2 Cleansing Wildfires, a Fiery Cannonade, and a Galv Blast. Wow. So, we can kill these. We can take the later dinner. Not really something I want to do. So it's basically between the Cannonade and a Wildfire. Because if he draws a indestructible land, like, he gets so far ahead here. But then if I take one, he's still got another. So I'll probably just take the Cannonade here and just try and kill him with Chitin Rats and things. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. This mountain's obviously something he's aspiring for. Did he draw an indestructible land? He's probably going to... Yeah. He's probably going to try and like Wildfire us, which I don't actually care about. Obviously, we still keep our land, he just draws a card. If we draw a land here, it's great, we can Monarch. No. So, he missed on a land drop. So we're just going to Chitin Rat him. So he missed on a land drop, so he's most likely missing on a land drop again. Unless he obviously just Wildfires again. Galv Blast this. Shot. Nice draw from him. I'm assuming he probably drew that last turn. Well, he must have. And just didn't have the mana to play it. Land. So we're just going to Sign Blood ourselves. Try to hit a land drop here. Nice. We have Defile. We have Cast Down. So he gets to Wildfire. Oh no, he didn't use both. So Wildfire himself. Sure. See if he hits another land drop here. That's awkward. Because he could actually have Counterspell. So he has Muldrift, Elated in Archaeomancer, 2 unknowns. So he could easily have a Counterspell here, which he probably did. Nope. Nice. So we're going to Chitin Rats. We're going to, sorry, Witch's Courage, the Chitin Rats. Put that on top and then draw it. Attack for 1 here. We have Defile up as well. We draw the Chitin Rats, which is good. And then he probably taps out for a Muldrifter here. I would assume he's not going to Archaeomancer. Seagate, sure. Seagate's fine. Divest. Divest's a weird one because we know he has a later dinner in hand. Says Mole Drifter late to dinner. Archaeomancer. So I think we laid on Chainers, target him. Killing this. And then we attack for 2. I guess in theory he could have a spell stutter sprite, but I'm not really going to play around a spell stutter sprite, I don't think. I don't think the Jeskai Ephemerate deck's at the one of spell stutter sprite in the board kind of thing. He likes to kill his chitin rats. So he has Mole Drifter, Lettered in Archaeomancer in hand. Defile. Mole Drifter here with red open. Red and blue. Interesting. Here as well. Land drop here is nice. So I'm going to cast down this. And then I'm going to divest him. So he has Ephemerate, Galv Blast, late to dinner. Then hit for 2. Three defiles. Nice. This is good because you can late to dinner something. Probably an Archaeomancer. That's fine. And then he targets late to dinner. Three, 4, 5. I'm going to defile this now. And then he can Ephemerate it if he would like. But a counter spell. Like, this is pretty good. Obviously, he gets a late to dinner back, which is what it is. Unfortunately, he did draw a counter spell. Oh, that was an incredible draw. And now we get to take the late to dinner. He's left with a Galv Blast in hand. And then we get to Gary him. That's good, because then basically his current loops are just done. Like, he has no real loops. So he needs to draw well. I wish my Mole Drifter Ephemerate decks played like this. Gets down really low amount of cards and action and things, and just draws a Mole Drifter. Not that it particularly matters, as unless he has a counter spell here, I think he's dead. So just gotta play witches. He didn't draw a counter spell. And then I'm going to put a Chitin Rats on top. Did he have a counter spell? Galv Blast this. 2, 4, yeah, that's fine. So we can't attack with this. So I guess we attack for 1, and then he blocks. No, he just accepts it. Cool. Whew. Managed to bring back a game here. The fumes are awkward, but worst case scenario, they're doing a cycle. The witches are a bit meh. They're not that great. Just gives us some early plays, I think. On the draw, the divests are a bit worse, a lot worse, because we can't really snag an artifact land. But we'll run it back. This is an easy enough keep. So we can lead on divest, try and snag an artifact land, obviously screw him a bit. Most likely won't happen with him on the player, because he can lead on one. Obviously he's still got a lot of creatures, still a lot of targets, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, we do snag one. So we snag this, and then he's left with he puts one on top, one on bottom, so there's his second land drop. We do whiff for a turn. Ripped an island. Seagate Oracle. Does mean that the Chittering Rat is going to resolve. And we'll just don't have a kill spell for this on 2. We are getting a bit flooded here. This is most likely going to resolve, and then most likely die next turn, sorry. That's what I was meant to say. We can Witch's Cottage it back if we feel needed to. If we feel the need to, I should say. Do we think the one unknown is a counterspell? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. I don't think it is, so I'm going to play Thorn. Nice. I'm not going to attack with this, because then he can just kill this and take the Monarch. It's not something I want to do. Next time we can look at Rager and Signing Blood, or Rager and Edict, depending on what he does. He has 4 cards in hand. He's most likely going to have to Wildfire. Luckily he drew the 1 off Mountain, so he can cast both of his red spells. He's only got 2 artifacts, so he can trade with this and a Galv Blast. I'm fine with that. If he's planning on Galv Blasting the Thorn, that's fine, doesn't die, then trades, and then I can Witch's Cottage it back. That is not a problem. So he's got Cleanse and Wildfire, Unknown. So he'll still have, if he Wildfires here, he'll still have 2 cards in hand. He did not. Oh, we were in end of combat, my bad. So you're gonna Wildfire here. Oh, late to dinner the Seagate Oracle. Sure. That's fine. So now he's tapped out, we can Rage at Edict. Hit for 2. So maybe we don't Rage at Edict, maybe we Rats Edict. That seems better. You can also Witch's Cottages back with the Monarch, so it's basically free. Edict you. Rats you. So he's got a Wildfire Unknown. Hit for 2. Do the Monarch from the Monarch. Okay, Mancer. Is he bringing back Preordain here? Late to dinner. Okay. So we needed. He has a Wildfire late to dinner. So we need a duress. Would be ideal. Spell bomb's also good. That's one way of getting around it. Signing blood. So we get to attack with 1 here. Like, he has to. You can't actually physically kill both guys with late to dinner and wildfire in hand. So it's a wildfire here. Yeah. This is fine. 5, 6. So it's 3 cards. One of them's a late to dinner. Suffocating fumes. So I'm gonna play a rager first. See if it resolves. That because that basically decides if I can attack with 1 or 2. Rager resolves. Another rager. Witch's Courage. So I attack with both of these. Gains 3 here and a turn. Sure. Edict. Edict's a good draw. Gets around Ephemerate here. So he gets Cannonade, I'm guessing. Commodore. Commodore's fine. And Counterspell. Okay. Two, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cheering nuts. So we can Thorn here. He might have a counterspell. It's highly likely. That's fine. Witch's Cottage it back. And then we get to chain as him. While he's tapped out. Kills one of them. So he chooses. Interesting. I'm going to hit for 6 here. It's probably quite greedy, but means we definitely get the Monarch. This guy, obviously, he survives Cannonade, which I'm guessing is what it is. So he has late to dinner 2 unknowns. Hits us for 5. I'm just going to pass the turn here. Try and draw a cast down, or what am I talking about? I knew that was a Thorn. Yeah, so if he has Cannonade here, obviously the ball gets wiped. He gets a hit for 5, take the Monarch back. But he also could still just take the Monarch back, which I'm not particularly bothered about. I take 3 here. That is no issue at all. I have this Spell Bomb to stop any late to dinner shenanigans. He can take that. At the end step, I'm just going to cycle this Suffocating Fumes, depending on what he does. So I can't really do anything else. But if he late to dinners, I'm just going to Spell Bomb. Wildfire himself, sure. That's fine. Dawnbringer. Dawnbringer's fine. Exile what? Chainers? Sure. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to cycle this. Get another. He gets to draw a card. There's no real counter spell. There's some burn spell. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So you can kill one of these, take 2, 4, 5, 6, and then we attack. Defile. Let's we defile this. Means we're getting for 8. Yeah. I was going to say, so we're getting for 8 here, put him at 1, and then Gary. So then, like, there's no way of him countering anything. I don't think there's lose focus, I guess. But I don't think that was going to do it. So, there we have it, guys. That's round 3. Currently 3-0. And I'll see you guys for round 4. Hi, guys. Welcome back to round 4. We are on the play. And this hand's not the worst. I don't know what we are up against. Probably. I think I've versed this guy before, and I think he was unfair. Doesn't mean obviously he's still unfair now, but this hand's fine. We've got turn 2 Witches, turn 3 Ambusher. Hopefully we Defile up. Got a Monarch just in case. Yeah, I think this is a keep. We lead on Cottage here. Obviously, depending on what he's on. Affinity. Most likely Affinity, anyways. Witches here. I'm assuming he's going to play a Wellspring or something. Frogmite. Sure. I am actually just going to Defile this. And then I'm just going to Ambushes. Frogmite, sure. Pretty slow hand from the opponent. So I think I'm going to Sign in Blood first, see what we hit. And I'm either going to Witches. I think I'm just going to attack and play Witches. If he wants to trade with this, that's fine. Yep. Play Witches again. Witches can obviously bring back this Ambusher. We can also just jam Monarch if he doesn't play a guy here. Disciple. Playing a Disciple and a Witches does seem interesting, I must admit. Munitions. Sure. So I think I'm just going to Witches here. I'm going to shoot that. Let him shoot whatever the hell he wants. Probably me. You can sack it to do a 1. 122. And then I'm just going to jam a Monarch here. You're already dead's quite nice here. Obviously, if he has Disciple Mare Enforcer or something, that's pretty good for us. That's annoying. Obviously, you got other Monarchs, Witches, Cottages to bring it back. That's fine. Deadly Dispute away the Darksteel Citadel, that's okay. But yeah, if he doesn't play a guy here, I'm just going to attack with the Witches, put the Ambusher in, just keep the life total high. Obviously, Affinity can just kill you out of nowhere with a lot of stuff. So we can... So if we draw a land here, we can just Defile it. But if that is also fine. We can just tap, shoot this. You're already dead it. Draw a card. And then Chittering at him. We do also get a Witch's Cottage, probably the Thorn, because we do have another Ambusher. And then we have Defile up for whatever he decides he wants to play. We can Ambusher the Chittering Rats too, that's also a play we can make. shoot the chin rats. Shot. Some sacking things for the chin rats is pretty good. Nice. Managed to squeeze a win off them here, so that's not bad. So Dector Cam is probably coming in. Divests are pretty good. Spell Bomb's probably good. Fangs is an interesting one that I am on the fence about. Some decks I think you want it for affinity, some decks I don't think you do. And I don't think, because we don't have Angler, I don't think this is really one that you want it. Because there's a lot of decks, like I actually think the Mirror, Affinity Mirror, that Fangs is actually quite good. Because it just means that your Mirror Enforcers are a Galvanic Blast range, and your Mirror Enforcers can trade up with Ganglers, or you know, that sort of thing. And you gain life parity, so you get a life from it, so I think it's pretty good that way. Fumes, I don't think, however, it's good for this deck. I do think Fumes is pretty bad. I am probably going to cut a Duress. 2 Duress you're already, and 1 you're already dead. Um, 6 cards. Maybe I don't want any of the already deads, but they're good with Witches. I think Witches is good here as well. I think the Ambushes is also pretty good. The Monarch's probably not where we want it to be, so I can easily see one of those. Probably cutting a Gary as well, and trying something like that. Especially on the draw, I can see. So we have turn 2 Witches, which is good, turn 3 Rager, which is fine. We have a removal spell. I'm going to keep this. Because we have 3 lands here, I'm not going to obviously lead on the Witch's Cottage. Hopefully he just plays some filler card, you know, Ica Wellspring or something along them lines, but Blood Fountain. Is he mana screwed here? No. Just got a slow start. No Frogmite as well, which I'm assuming he's probably bought it out. Star. Matter Enforcer, sure. Galv Blast. That was a bit annoying because we could have defiled that. So I'm just going to Rager here. Just a bit awkward. We've got a bit flooded so far. We can defile the Mirror Enforcer next turn, so that's fine. Got 1 card in hand. I'm not going to block here. So should take, because I'm just going to defile it. Another defile is really good for us as well. So I'm going to lead and defile on this, and then I'm just going to play a Rager. Bog's nice, obviously a bit slow because he's most likely going to, with 2 cards in hand, he could just not do this. But I was actually that was a miss. No, it wasn't. I don't think it was a misplay. I'm uncertain. I maybe should have witched Cottage of the Witches back. But surely he wants more value than the Mirror Enforcer here. Gains 2 here. So you can't bring back this Mirror Enforcer. Hopefully he plays another threat. No. I'm going to go to 12. Spellbomb. Get to bog him here so he can't. And then going to Spellbomb here just for future, so I can, if I need access to it now. It's very unlikely that we die. There is a chance that we die. We are only on 12. Yeah. Sack and eggs, good for us. He obviously hasn't played a land this turn. Draws a card off the blood. Another blood fountain here. And then probably plays the bridge. Witches is a nice draw. Just gonna play it now. I think we just defile this and then just use it to still get in. We need to obviously pressure him as much as possible because he can kill us out of nowhere. We are in range of like 3 Galv Blasts, and he's already used 1, I believe. He's used one, so there's 3 left in his deck, and he's almost halfway through his deck. So we could just die. So we do need to gain life pretty quickly, or just pressure him as quickly as possible. If he plays, this is annoying. Yep. Munitions. Oh dear. Sure. Cast down this. That's fine. I think I might actually just cast down this now. If he sacrifices it to munitions to ping me for 1, which I'm assuming he's going to do. I'm actually just going to pop this to draw a card. All the rages. So if we sign in blood, we can draw a Gary. But I think we do want to sign in blood first. We don't need more rages. We could definitely just die here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If he has a land, we are dead. That was probably wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. I didn't count really with munitions. I wasn't really. So if he plays an untapped land here, we're dead. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another one is 8. He also could just have a Galv Blast. If there's a Galv Blast, then we're dead. Yeah. Make him do it. I guess in theory we could have Reckoner's Bargain or something, but... Sure. Yeah, maybe it's incorrect to board this out. It just seems every time I board it out, it's just... we're after it. I do also think maybe we do want an unexpected fangs. Just another way to gain life. Maybe. These You're Already Deads have been pretty good, but pretty awkward. Like that Garmag Angler player was obviously the best it's been. Maybe I do just keep it in. Keep one in, I guess. Just to keep trying how it is, but I could see either the Thorn or the... This hand's a keep. It's a bit slow. No Divest either, but we've got Signing Blood into Chittering Rats. And 3 lands. Obviously got Cast Down as well if he's got an aggressive start. Nice, we got an Ambusher as well. Wellspring. Or Star or something. Munitions. Obviously quite annoying, as we only have the one deck to Kami to kind of get us there. So he's just got a slow start, no like Frogmite or something. It's 2 mana up. So I'm going to attack for 2. And then I'm going to put this in. If he wants to sack stuff to stop me gaining life, I don't particularly care. So I'm just going to play this land. Unfortunately didn't get any value out of it, but I think it's fine. We can hold up Cast Down. Deadly Dispute. Sure. We have no hand disruption. Maybe the Duresses are supposed to stay in, as we have an answer for basically everything. Like every creature, so maybe Duress also being able to hit all this stuff is quite good. That's fine. Mer Enforcer. Disciple. I'm assuming he's going to sack it to deal 2 to us from the Disciple trigger here. Maybe should have responded from that, but it's gone face, sure. Which is also not a bad one here. I'm just going to cast down this. I'm assuming he's just... Is he going to sack the treasure to shoot me? Probably not. Probably just let it die. But... without 16. Get to hit for 3, gain 3. We are tapped out playing our witches here, and we have no... So you could play like an untapped land, an untapped black source, and play Blood Fountain, get it all back. But he's not doing that. He's just playing... okay. Wellspring. Can he play the Wellspring? He can. Cool. Divest. I think we look at his hand and see what he's got. Mer Enforcer, 2 lands and a Galv Blast. So if we take the Mer Enforcer here, and then we Chittering Rat him. Then we kill the Disciple. And then we get to attack for 3. He's obviously blocking with his Samurai. I'm assuming that's going to us yet. But I'm fine with that. See, he has 2 lands and a Galv Blast. And then he can sack this to draw another card if he wants. Which I'm assuming he's going to do. And that's going on face. Sure. But the ambush again, there's so much life, so good here. So what is this last card? So Mistfall Bridge and he's gone. So he has a Darksteel Citadel, Galv Blast Unknown in hand. Galv Blast this. Sure. Gary. So I'm just gonna Thorn here while the board's empty. Just try and get as many cards out of this Monarch as possible. You're Already Dead's good, obviously, with the Witches. Deadly Dispute, what a draw. Did he play the... No. He didn't play the... Oh, he did play Darksteel Citadel. Unless that was already in play. Defile's a good draw. Just gonna Rager here. Man's also good. Just gonna attack for 1 here. Just means I can kill. So say if he has Blood Fountain and Blood Fountain's back 2 guys, most likely 2 Mer Enforcers. That was also a really good draw, means we can get rid of munitions. So say if he plays Blood Fountain, brings back 2 Mer Enforcers. He didn't. Spellbomb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead off on target opponent exiles and enchantment. Gets rid of the makeshift munitions. He can do whatever he pleases with this. He can wipe boards or whatever. If he wants to sack loads of stuff, that's fine. As soon as he's going to sack like citadels and things, just... Has he got a Pyroblast? Not a Pyroblast, a Fiery Cannonade. Fiery Cannonade's fine. Then he exiles this. So he has a Disciple, Frogmite, Mer Enforcer, Mer Enforcer. Yeah, I don't need to go off on it now, but I think this is fine. Witch's Cottage is obviously a really good draw. This You're Already Dead's pretty awkward now. Just played a Mer Enforcer, sure. Defile this. So that's 3 Mer Enforcers in the bin. Ambush was good here as well. So we can play Witch's Cottage and we get back probably a Chittering Rat. And then I don't mind just playing an Ambusher out here. And then we just end of turn draw the rats. We can then You're Already Dead if for some reason it gets dealt damage, for whatever reason. Like a creature gets dealt damage. And we can also Spellbomb. Sure. The File's obviously an incredible draw here. Chittering Rats. Nice. Whew. We managed to get there, guys. Obviously, all the removal worked out really well. The ambusher was obviously incredible at keeping the life total high, which is good. That's what I liked. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for the final round. See if we can finally 5-0 this. Hey guys, welcome back to the last round. Tamo Fire is our final boss for this 5-0, hopefully. Let's go. We are on the play. We're going to take the play. This hand's a bit awkward. Obviously the ambushers are really clunky. I don't mind playing them as 4-mana 3/2 lifelinks. That's no issue at all. I think I'm going to keep this. We do have early interaction depending on what he is, so we have the cast down and the fumes. We can just cycle the fumes if it's not going to be relevant, or if we miss on land drop, stumble, etc. So we'll see how this goes. Plains. Thraven Inspector. Veteran. So he's most likely... All three is a bit awkward. It's most likely like Boomer Boros here with that without the synthesizer. Or he could be mono white. Okay. This is fine. Obviously the fumes is really good here. So 2 in hand. I think I take this one and then I can actually cast down it to then make him basically make him use the disturb cost. That's not bad. So if he just plays a Squadron Hawk here, I'm actually just going to cast down the Lunark Veteran. Just slows him down a little bit. Gets to attack for 1, that's fine. If he plays a land, then plays a land next turn. No, he did not. So he's stuck on 2 lands. We've got mono ambushers. So we're going to tap out for an ambusher. He's going to play either the veteran. Cool. He's got his red. Okay. Gets to hit us for 2 here. I don't know if he wants to. Nope. Okay. So we play a land here. I'm just going to hit for 3. Triple block. Interesting. So I'm just going to bring this to the front and try and kill all 3. If he wants to trade with all 3, that's no issue with me at all. If he wants to Prismatic Strands, I will actually just cast Fumes here. So we get to waste the Prismatic Strands, and we also get to kill his board. We don't gain 3 life, but I'm pretty sure I can live with that. We do need some form of card advantage here pretty quickly. Faithless Luton, yeah. So he's basically just Boomer Boros. Another Strands and a Rally. Okay. Play a Squadron Hawk. I'm not going to kill this. I don't think it's worth really killing. I'm assuming he's just going to take this 3. I'm then just going to just play another one. Cool. Probably been in like a cat or something. Squadron Hawk Rally. Cat. Sure. No attacks. Rage is quite good. Throw in a double block one. That's fine by me. I'm happy to trade here if he wants to trade. If he wants to use a Prismatic Strands, I'm happy to defile. Yeah, we just defile the Squadron Hawk here. We don't gain the 6, but our guys still survive. So we went through 2 Prismatic Strands. Most likely he's only got 1 left. He's tanking on this Rager. Combage, which is obviously really good for us. Most of it, like pretty much all of his threats apart from probably a Seeker. If he targeted the other one, I actually would have "you're already deaded" it, just to "you are already dead" to draw a card probably. Because I don't think, I was about to say, the only things I can think of is Seeker and Thraben Inspector that "you're already dead" are actually going to hit. Thrill. Lost 2 lands. Dry Spell's actually a really good draw. I'm just going to attack. Obviously I have no real instant speed interaction, so if whatever he has, he has. It's fine by me. 2, 4, 5, 6. I do want to try and keep his board clear though, because he does have 2 rallies. There's 2 rallies in the graveyard, so I do want to try and keep his board as clear as possible. He's obviously still on quite a high life total too. If he doesn't block the Rager, I'm going to ninjutsu it. But he did. Double block the Rager. I want to put that first, I think. No, actually I don't. I want to put them that way around. I reckon "you're already dead" this Thraben Inspector. Yep. Again 3, that's good for us. Surprised this survived. "You're already dead" this draw card. I am definitely happy with this. Double Witches. Cool. This basically means I can just kill almost anything he plays. If he plays the Embalm guy, I can. If he embalms the cat, I can kill it. And then ninjutsu with the other witches. Thraben Inspectors, also fine. Journey. We journey in a witch. Sure. Just gonna hit for 3. I don't think I need to do anything in particular here, just hit for 3. I don't need to play the Ambusher, I don't think. Just going to hold up Cast Down and Witches. I would like that one of Bog just to alleviate my mind and my pressure in my head that these 2 rallies are going to kill me. So it would be nice. end of turn, I am actually just going to cast down this. Nice. That is fine. I'm not going to try and cast down to... I hold up cast down to get round in playing cat to strands or anything like that. Because if he needs to waste this strands, that's fine. No, he didn't even bring back the cat. Bog? Gary. Gary's a good draw for us. It's going to hit for 6. Don't need to tap this. Just going to tap out for a Gary. We're on 38 and they're on 8. I can't really see a way out of this. They can stop themselves dying next turn. Fine. With the Sacred Cat and the Prismatic Strands. But it's pretty inevitable that he is going to just die here. Veteran, sure. Embalm, sure. Embalm again. I don't know. Okay. Rager. So unfortunately I can't like witches to then respond to the dry spell kind of thing, which is a shame. So I guess I'm just going to hit for 3. He's on 38. I'm just going to hit for 6. I'm on 38. I'm just going to hit for 6. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. So 3, 6. That's 2. 3 of them. Worst case scenario, you can cast 3 rallies. So that's plus 6. And that's 7, 14, 28. So I'm just going to hit for 6 here. I'm happy with this order, and if he wants to waste the... if he wants to waste Prismatic Strands, that's fine. If he doesn't, that's also fine. Flashback rally. That's fine. Again, they're still trading. He wants to then flashback this Prismatic Strands. It's quite annoying. Yeah, this is fine. I'm not gonna particularly fight over anything. There is defensively used 1. Play a Rager here. What's the obviously black, right? Good draw. Used it meant to gain life, which obviously is also good for him. I'm assuming he doesn't run Seeker. It's the only thing I can... Just going to start shooting down his guys. That's gone to face. Lightning Bolt. The witches. Sure. bog, which is garbage. So we have a rager, an ambusher, and a witches. I'm happy to take a witches here. So I am going to attack all out here. Got 2 cards in hand. Rally's fine. I have double kill spells, so I can basically... This is fine. And then I'm just going to defile this so it doesn't die. And then pass the turn. He has got the veteran and the cat in graveyard. I actually don't think he's got that many more threats, to be honest. I'm uncertain on how many. So he's played 1, 2, 3 cats. So he's got 1 more cat, and he's played 2 veterans. So he's got another 2 of those at most. He's then got 2 Thraben Inspectors. He's got 2 lands here. He's got 2 more Thraben Inspectors, that's fine. Battle Screech. Can play a Battle Screech. So you're going to play his veteran as well. Yeah, nice. And he hasn't got a... So I'm just going to dry spell here. Wipe his board. So he has no... I'm going to assume he has probably 1 rally. He's got 2. They're both in exile. Most likely, worst case scenario, has another rally. But I don't think he does. This obviously deals with future threats, yeah. Yep. Like, we are behind on time as well. I maybe should have cast down this. Do I want to shoot something now? Probably not. Probably just wait till his turn. I always forget you can't cancel this. Deal 1 to me. Lightning bolt. Sure. Instead. Like, he might have another rally. Bit annoying if he does. We got no cards in hand now. Flash it back. Sure. I'm not going to cast down this. Defile. He's hitting for 5 a turn, so I'm probably going to have to start hitting these threats. Cool. I think we're now past the point of the Just gonna kill this now. I'm gonna take the 4 here. And then see if he plays anything and then defile. No. I'm just gonna defile this. Obviously not good for us here. Yep. He's slowly whittling us down and we are kind of low on stuff to do. Thorn. I actually do think I want to play this. Because if he wants to keep attacking, that is fine by us. He can also, he's quite low on the cards in deck. And this also just keeps swapping us the Monarch over so we can kind of... Witch's Cottage is pretty good for us. The Raven Inspector, sure. 13 cards. Then he gets to attack here. Dry Spell would be an incredible draw here. Dry Spell would definitely be an incredible draw here. He hit a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. I'm not going to play the Witch's Cottage because we don't want to draw any of these next turn. We just want to draw. I think Dry Spell is our best bet. Assuming he doesn't have another rally, which he might as well. Or he might have. Yeah. No. Not like this. Not like this. He's cast 3 lightning bolts as well, so he does have the full 4 in the main deck. Yeah. It's only got 9 cards left, soon to be 8. What a grind this is. Now he's got the foot. Yeah, as if we lost this game. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So... we were on 38. How have we lost this game? I'm actually just gonna... You're already dead, my own guy. To draw another, you're already dead. Class. Unfortunate that we lost that there. We're on 38 life and we've just seen... If we seen a bog early, or if we seen obviously the second dry spell early, that would have been really good. But it happens. Probably want these. We don't want these. These are bad. We don't want these. These are also bad. Chainers is medium. Duress is probably okay. Probably worth boarding in Duress actually. Maybe take a Signing Blood out, add another Duress. Something like that. weirdly enough, the dry spell actually is really bad in terms of suffocating fumes in this matchup because they have 4 prismatic strands. So the key to this now is just play fast. Try and get ahead on the clock. This hand is bad. This hand is infinitely better. Is it? Actually, is it infinitely better? We don't really do anything, and we could easily just get swarmed. But we do have Bejuga Bug, so I am actually going to keep, and I'm going to send back this. I'm going to hope we draw well. And he begins with 7 as well. Nice. We do have the one of Bog, so we can kind of hope to snag something here, like a veteran or a cat. Faithless. Nope, nothing. Yeah, I'm just going to play it. No reason not to, but it is a bit awkward. Like, Defile still being, obviously, like this, killing. I'm going to yield to end step here. Nothing. Land. Dress is fine. Let us interact with him. Fairfax, dust to dust. What? I feel like this guy doesn't really know what we're playing. Dust to dust. What? So I'm going to take the Thrill and Discovery here. What the hell's the dust to dust for? For the ambushes. What? Yeah, I'm just going to use lens step in case he drew something relevant there. Probably a Faithless Looting here. I'm really confused by the dust to dust. You must really not like the ambusher, I guess. It was just a coincidence that I'd seen all 3, I guess, so that probably swayed his decision. So then he gets the Faithless Looting here. Prismatic Strands Plains. Still playing no threats. This card is too good to be pitching. Yeah, I can't cycle this for a land, I don't think. I can wait a couple of turns because I've got Defile for. So luckily he's now behind on clock. Land. So unfortunately we are miles behind here on land drops and, well, basically everything else. 8. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to cycle this. I don't want to because the card's insane. Because it means we only have 1 left. And now to make the dry spells work we need to hope they don't have mana up for Prismatic Strands or we find a spellbomb quick. Flashback Faithless. Just gonna kill this now. He then discards to hand size. Probably a land. Dust to dust. I think he finally accepted that card should not be in his deck, but that's him. Now we're hitting land drops, obviously unfortunate that the suffocating fumes. If I knew we were going to hit land, I most likely would have just kept the fumes and discarded the fangs here, generally, but we can't possibly know that. Witch's Cottage with nothing to put in. Double blocking. I'm going to do this, and then if he wants to waste the strands, that's fine. I don't particularly care. Just one less strands. He can then bolt this, which is a bit annoying. I'm just going to play this out. Sure. It has been bolted. Can hit us for 2 here. Spell bombs. Great here as well. We should play the spell bomb. I'm not going to Gary here. I'm just going to hold up double removal spell. Discarded cat. I think played cat. Sure. Have no time to respond there with the spell bomb, unfortunately. That's fine. I'm just gonna kill this cat here. Nice. It's a good safety net to have, especially if he tries to go off with something. He's got 6 cards in hand, so there is a chance that we could die. Yeah. If he does nothing here, I am just gonna fumes and then exile the oh, okay. Sure. She's literally holding up a lot of interaction. So I guess we just cast down this. And then crack spell bomb. Play witches, hope we don't die. Seems like a good option. Oh, hope this doesn't die either. Journey. Sure. Maybe the Kami should come in as well. There's also a possibility for that. Play Gary here. It's a draw a card. We got 12. get to play Witch's Cottage. Do we want Chittering Rats? Probably not. I don't think we do. Journey. Yeah, the thing is that you are already dead. Side of this makes this worse. Because everything's already an X1 and you're running less fumes. Like the ambusher side of things is good. And I actually think it's better against the Metalcraft build that's pretty much everywhere. So we can keep this back, which I think is probably the best bet, just for a couple of turns. Looking pretty good. He's got 5 cards in hand. Pretty awkward that this happens. And then he's now also found 3 with a 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, guys, we managed to 4-1. Obviously, it's still pretty good going. Not the worst. I'm happy with that. That's the first cycle through the deck. What I would look at changing is I would actually look at taking these out. These really underperformed. They're not very good. They seem good in paper with the witches and how weak your guys are. You can just trade up. In practice, it just doesn't work like that. The card's pretty poor. The thing that the Suffocating Fumes is just, I thought the difference between them wouldn't be that bad, but it's incredibly bad. Things like killing X2s with combines, which doesn't work because your 2/2s die, or even not being instant speed. Being able to interact in that way. So I don't think I boarded great against the Boros deck, to be fair. I don't think that it was particularly the best. But overall I was impressed with the deck. And I do think I would probably taken these out and the dry spells out, because without the dry spells you're already dead, you don't need the dry spells. I would then look at adding probably at least 2 more Suffocating Fumes, most likely 3. And then the last 2 cards were probably a Thorn and... It'd either be 2 early creatures, to say Burglar Rats or something along them lines, or another Ambusher. I could also see a Duress as well, a 3rd Duress in the main. That is something that I would not be afraid of. I could also see a land too. We did end up having to keep 1 landers quite a lot. I could see adding another bog. So I could easily see, say cutting these, add another bog, add 2 of these to the deck. Probably another one. And then with that free slot, I could see adding probably a Duress. Actually, something along them lines, and then that gives 2 more free slots in the sideboard. I could also see swapping this for a Chainers, and that also frees up a slot in the sideboard as well. So I think I would mess around with it, something along these lines. Maybe add another Divest, and maybe have another Spell Bomb or another Deck to Kami. Fang's really unimpressed me as well, which I'm not surprised with based on the list. So I could easily see adding even something like Reckoner's Bargain, potentially. Or just another Ambusher as well. That's something we could definitely look at adding. But Fang's really unimpressed me. So, something along them lines. And I like the deck. I think the deck's quite well positioned at the moment. But I hope you guys really liked the video. I hope you like the small changes that I made to a well-known deck. And yeah, I hope you guys like the video. Any comments, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for the comments. Cheers.